The Joe Rogan Experience.
How many years would have to go by before people were doing commercial space flight before you decided to just take a shot, see what's up?
I think it could happen tomorrow.
If somebody like comes to you with a solid concept, we're gonna put you in space, bring you right back down to Earth.
I don't think space is as big a deal right now. I think that it's a big business. And the fact that all the richest people in the world are in it, prove it. You know, that'd be like saying, oh my gosh, you can't ship this package. It's going to be $5,000 on FedEx. Nah. The fact that the richest guys in the world are in it means it's very cheap and you can get the hell out of here. And
Is that what it means? I think it means there's a lot of like benefit in being one of the people that innovates in space travel. If you could come up with a thing where you send people into space, and every time you do it, you could charge someone $100,000, and you get like a million people a year to give up $100,000 and go flying into space. That's a lot of fucking money.
It's only $100 million.
A million people. Yeah, that's right. Still,
Yeah. I mean,
Is
I
that
don't
right?
want to talk about your
no,
past
it's not
or
right.
anything.
No, it's not 100. It's 100,000. Yeah, it's not 100 million. That's 100 billion.
Well, that's when
Right?
you start
Is that
moving
right?
commas and not zeros.
Well, that's when you do math.
Yes.
So, like, if you're Jeff Bezos and you can make 100 billion doing that, I mean, you wouldn't make 100 billion. What if you make 50 every year, just putting people into space? That seems very valuable.
It's going to become a commodity very quickly.
Yeah, putting people in space.
But
Just like-
space is just a high-flying airplane.
Right. But if people are willing to spend a lot of money doing it, and then if you can figure out a way to escape Earth's gravity and land on on Mars, or land on, Europa, on one of the moons.
Yeah.
What
I'll
if,
wait
what
to
if you
see
could
it.
figure out a way to fucking fly around Venus and come back home?
What the fuck is the point?
The point is the experience. Just like the point of going to Everest. Like, is the point being at the highest spot? Like, who gives a fuck if you went to the highest spot? Nobody gives a shit. But the point is the experience of going there and knowing that it's a difficult thing to do, and that it gives you an unusual vision, an unusual perspective, an experience that few people rarely see. Ad blocker, you motherfucker. Got to disable ad blocker, son. It gives you an option.
bullshit.
Tickets to Mars will eventually cost less than $500,000, Elon Musk says. Well, thank you, Elon. What a bargain. Only $500,000?
I could fly all the way around the fucking Earth and stop 72 times for $500,000.
But if they really do get to that point, and they probably will. Look, if you go back to the invention of the first automobile in like the 1800s, and then you look at what they can do today with like Jamie has a Tesla Model X. They go, shut the fuck up, bro. They're great. They go 0 to 60 so fast it doesn't seem right. And it's a SUV. They're so fast. Have you driven one?
Ludicrous mode?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Oh,
Lucas
yeah.
Plus, actually.
Have you driven one like that?
Yeah.
They're preposterous. They're so
It is
fast.
insane.
So you go from that old car that was like, fucking 20 horsepower to what he's got. It's insane. Now go 1,000 years from now. There's no way you can guess. And if you look at what we can do right now, if commercial space flight is a real thing and they're flying people into orbit, there is no doubt in my mind that whatever the amount of time it is, whether it's 50 years or 100 years from now, they're going to absolutely have space flight to Mars and bring people home. They'll probably come up with some new propulsion system, some fucking wild, crazy shit that we haven't even thought of before, and it'll change everything.
It's not going to happen with this giant go straight up. It's going to have to be something that circumnavigates and gains speed.
Alien technology.
Nah, I don't know about alien technology, but it's going to have to be something that circumnavigates and gains speed.
As long as you say circumnavigates, I think you know what you're talking about. Imagine being like at NASA. What you guys need to do is fucking circumnavigates.
Exactly.
Get it around. It's not gonna go straight up, boys. Never go straight up. The Earth spins. You got to go with the spin of the Earth.
Never go straight, go
It
forward.
doesn't go straight. It looks like it's going straight, but it goes straight in relationship to where you're standing, but not in relationship to the way the Earth's spinning and the way the fucking planets are
Correct.
aligned.
Why
It's
would
all
it pop up?
complicated.
Yeah.
Another fucking ad pop up.
Jesus, dude.
It just doesn't even work anymore.
I thought you were supposed to be really good at this.
He's the best. That's not the problem.
There you go.
The problem is pop-up ads. NASA is launching a 4G mobile network on the moon. Yeah, well, when I have 6G, I'm not going to settle for 4G on the moon, you fucks. That's like getting like 1X in the Amazon.
Who the fuck's getting it on the moon?
Assholes.
How many customers are on the moon?
Jeff
right
Bezos
now?
is going to be with that girl that you don't even like on the moon.
I just wasn't impressed
Drinking
with her.
martinis.
I mean, if I was worth, hundreds of billions of
Listen.
dollars, I think I could do better.
I got to pee too. So we can either wrap this up or I can pee and we keep going.
Well, I don't care.
I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah? You going to fucking dare me?
What, you got your notes?
Oh, I'm just picking up my...
Have you thought about what I said about space travel?
Yes, and I'm not disagreeing. What I'm telling you is, as a race, we take over shit.
We
Go
try.
and, we go and grab shit. We take over it. We fight about it. We say this is our land. This is your land.
Right.
If we'd have been in the moon, we'd be up there.
The argument is that every single technological achievement from 1969 is easier, cheaper, and faster to reproduce today, except going to the moon. That's the argument.
I say wrong because I was born in '69. That was fucking cheap.
What do you mean? No, the argument is that everything from then you could do cheaper today and easier, like televisions.
Yeah, but
Do
they say you
remember
can't.
Well, they didn't work at it. That's the problem. It's the only thing they didn't work at. The only other things they didn't work at is like, I mean, how much innovation have there been in air flight, in like commercial air travel? Not much.
Propellers. I mean, it's been 100
No,
years, right?
69 they were already flying jets. When did they start flying jets?
Yeah. We were
Oh, I
already
guess,
flying
yeah. Well, then the Concorde, they stopped sort of, I guess, with
The
the Concorde.
Concorde,
And then like, they're like,
yeah.
oh.
That, that thing
Or they're
killed a
not
lot of
telling
rich
us.
people.
Or they're not telling us how far they made it in space.
Well, the
or,
Concorde
flight.
killed people that they can't kill. Like that was what was that getting you to France in like 2 hours or something?
Mm-hmm.
Something crazy.
And couldn't it have gone faster? They just kept it there, or no?
I don't know. I think the thing that happened to them was on the runway. I think it lost a wheel or something on the runway and killed a bunch of rich people, or ran into a tire, something like
It
that.
says low passenger numbers and rising maintenance costs. I mean, it was kind of expensive, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Sure. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. I mean, it's
Bless
going
you.
supersonic speeds. You know. I mean, how the fuck does it not break?
It wasn't that bad.
But wasn't that bad?
The price. I thought it, for some reason in my head, I thought it was like
A ticket?
thousands and thousands of dollars.
How much was the ticket?
It says the fare was about $500 or just over $1,000. What today?
In
would have
what
been.
year? When did they stop?
1990.
99. That's
Or,
kind
when
of
it
crazy.
stopped.
That was the Concorde.
Sorry, stopped in 2000.
That's kind of crazy if you think about progression. Like in 2000, you could fly at supersonic speeds commercially. You can't do that now. So that kind of throws a monkey wrench into the idea that things always get better. Because they don't always. When they cost too much money, they don't always get better.
I don't think it cost too much money. They were complaining about the sound and the sonic boom.
Oh, yeah, that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there was also the danger of it. It's like the last flight, I think a bunch of people died that were very wealthy.
Is that true? What?
Only 13? 113. Oh, yeah. That's a little more than 13.
That's fucking serious.
Yeah. And a lot of them were very wealthy. And I think when you get hit with those lawsuits, like... So that's one of those things that from 2000 to 2020 did not get better. It actually stopped. You know, it's a lot of money to get people on the fucking moon. It's just one of those things where I think eventually they'll get to space tourism and it'll expand past the moon. It'll go to Mars, and it's going to happen. But it might happen 100 years from now. You know, it might happen 200 years from now. We might be shocked at how long it takes.
Well, then you're pleading my case right there.
Why am I pleading your case?
Because we haven't been there.
They might have did it once.
Yeah.
They might have did it once with a bunch of fucking cowboys.
Okay, you went to high school in the or even elementary school in the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you studied history.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a picture of the flag on the moon?
Of course I have.
No, through a telescope.
Oh, me? Do you know they don't have telescopes that could actually see that that clearly
Yes,
on the
they
moon?
can.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know how
Have you seen
telescopes
it?
work?
Yes.
They don't work that way. They don't like there's a like a long distance thing, and then there's a close distance thing. Like you could use magnifying things like binoculars and telescopes that are like low magnification, and you can get like a good image of something that's not too far away. But then when they started getting too far away, yes, the flag is still on the moon, but you can't see
can't see it using a telescope.
The Hubble is not pointed at the flag. Here it goes. The Hubble Space Telescope is only 2.4 meters in diameter, much too small. Resolving the larger lunar rover, which has a length of 3.1 meters, would still require a telescope 75 meters in diameter.
So we're the most badass country in the fucking world, and we put a man on the moon, and he planted a fucking flag. Mm-hmm. And we ain't showing that off.
Right, but
I mean, because we're as a country, we're like Burt Reynolds. What are you gonna do? We're gonna show off. That's what we do.
But did you read what that thing just said? I get your like country wisdom, where you're looking at it and you're like, if we had this, we would have that. But if you look at that thing, it's saying that the Hubble only has a thing that's 2.4 meters, and you need something much larger. Was it 75? 75 meters, which is like almost a football field size, to be able to see what's on the moon. Like, they didn't have the Hubble before, right? They didn't have the ability to take these high-definition images of things that were, like, way far away. Now they do. But to have something that gets really close to things, you need something that's even more potent. It's all for people not like you or me. We're arguing about shit that we don't study. That's what
I'm
the
not
problem
even.
is.
I don't even care about it. To tell you the truth, I'm just telling
Well,
you.
you brought it up on a podcast. Millions of people are listening.
I'm totally screwed now. Whatever I
The
said.
Gas
to the
Monkey
moon
Bar and
people.
Grill guy that you're in a fucking argument with, he's going to bring that to court.
Fuck
I
that
told
fucker.
you, this guy's crazy.
Fuck
He
that
thinks
guy.
Neil Armstrong's a liar.
So, what's next, sir?
Aliens.
I don't care about
You
aliens.
think they're paying attention?
Personally, I don't.
If you were an alien, wouldn't you be fascinated by hot rod culture?
Well,
I would.
I met an old guy a long time ago, and he put it to me the right way. He goes, "What if you're just a experiment in a young kid's school project?
Mm-hmm.
What if all this that you built is basically an ant farm that you have in your head, and you're just an ant farm in somebody else's head and somebody else's head? It's kind of like the Matrix. I don't know if that defends us or defines us, but it is kind of interesting. I mean, you can't think that you're the only thing out there, or we're the only thing out here.
If we are an ant farm and we don't know that we're an ant farm and we're living and we understand how the ant farm works, the real problem is if the owner of the ant farm shows up. Up until then, we're just living. You know,
Correct.
if this really is like some complex ant farm for people, we're having fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
problem-
we got some weed, we got some drinks, we're having fun, we're making money,
Talking
not
about
making money.
cars,
There you
talking
go.
shit. Everything's fine. The real problem is if the ant farm owner shows up. That's the problem with these fucking UFOs that keep showing up. The ones that the New York Times puts on the front page of their newspaper. And
Is that a real newspaper?
yeah, it's a real paper. They do it in New York State. It's a city called Manhattan.
Well, no, I've been there. I know about it. I just don't know about New York Times being a paper.
Well, they're more often a paper than they are not. Sometimes they fuck things up, but they're more often accurate than not. Yeah, they were more accurate in the past than they are now. Now they're ideologically driven, and they tend to be a bit woke, but they're still probably the best newspaper on earth.
Did you
Not
say
probably.
woke?
Yes,
Woke?
woke. You know, woke. There's rules. You know, the woke rules. You don't give a fuck about those, right?
I do not.
Me neither. But do you think that aliens have visited?
I'm going to give it a 50-50. I'm going to probably lean towards yes.
Is this anything you think about on a regular basis?
Only when I'm jacking off.
Catch new episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience for free only on Spotify. Watch back catalog JRE videos on Spotify, including clips. Easily, seamlessly switch between video and audio experience. On Spotify, you can listen to the JRE in the background while using other apps and can download episodes to save on data cost, all for free. Spotify is absolutely free. You don't have to have a premium account to watch new JRE episodes. You just need to search for the JRE on your Spotify app. Go to Spotify now to get this full episode of the Joe Rogan Experience.